it's Dragon Age, babe, and it is finally time to start the Trespasser DLC. Now, I have been looking forward to this moment from the very first broadcast. I'm telling you guys, this shit is the best. Now, the Trespasser DLC, as I said before, only starts once you complete the final quest, Doom Upon the World, and complete the Dragon Age Inquisition main game. The Trespasser DLC upon game completion will show up on your war map as well as a quest under the Inquisitor's Pass. It will say Trespasser. Trespasser. With Thetis at peace, the state of Inquisition must be determined. There's time to take a breath, but eventually the powers will grow antsy about the Inquisition's role in Thetis going forwards. Go to the war table to perform for an exalted council. So let's get this shit started. Woo! I'm so fucking pumped. Okay. Woo! Okay, let's do this. Time to catch up, everyone, and see what all your companions have been up to. How you treat them, how you react, what you help them with, and obviously who's divine is all depending on your story and how you did this. Ah, crap. I totally forgot where it was for a second there. It's Biorelay, duh. Okay. Attend the Exalted Council is the war table mission. It costs 8 power. If you don't have 8 power at this point in the game, easy way to fix it is go and close those rifts you left open. Come on, people. It's not that hard. I mean, I managed to close every single rift in the game, so I'm sure you guys can close 4 rifts. That's enough to get 8. This is what the quest says. It's a scouting operation, only completed by connections, aka Josephine's Path. Divine Victoria will not call the Exalted Council until you're ready, Inquisitor. Warning. Beginning, the Exalted Council will lock off all other areas and plots and jump to 944 Dragon, 2 years after the death of Corypheus. There is no going back from this point. With Corypheus dead and the threat of Fade Rifts and demons waning, both Orlais and Ferelden have begun to raise questions about the future of the Inquisition. Divine Victoria has promised to shield the Inquisition from political matters for as long as possible.
Is shaped like a bunny.
Perhaps we should take a... Oh, I think I see it.
Oh my god. I'm sorry for that interruption. Oh my god, that was hilarious. Oh god, laughing hurts. As you can tell, I'm still sick. Divine Victoria has promised to shield the Inquisition from political matters for as long as possible. Eventually, she plans to call the Exalted Council, a chance to determine the role and possibly the fate of the Inquisition. Recommended levels 20 or higher. Let's get this shit started! Woo! Attend the Exalted Council. The Exalted Council will be held at the Winter Palace outside Hlamshral, thanks to Divine Victoria's negotiation with the ambassadors. We are ready to depart at your convenience. New area unlocked. Travel. Would you like to gather your party and venture to the Exalted Council now? Now, you don't actually get to pick your party. You don't actually have a party at this point. Oh god, I'm so pumped! God. I'm gonna try and shut up for the most part. Yeah, cute story, right? God, it's hot here today. And I don't have an air conditioner in yet because, you know, power, expensive, blah. Plus, you know, they have to be cleaned off after sitting in storage for freaking months. Gotta love empty small talk while on the loading screen. Here we go! I bet Cohen's ecstatic to be around political intrigue. Not.
Another parade, another bloody negotiation.
Smiles, everyone. We must be careful how we present ourselves.
I can see Josephine's stress.
Call the Exalted Council. She's kept Orlais from bothering us for the last 2 years.
At increasing political cost, yes. She has done all she can, but the Exalted Council has become necessary. Orlais would control us. And based on their many marriage proposals, they have specific plans for you.
Increasing jealousy.
Our real concern is Ferelden. They would see us disbanded entirely.
That's Ban Arl Tegan, by the way. He has drastically changed appearance. I mean, what happened was red hair. Weird. I'm gonna start with talking to all the companions, of course, before I talk to the political diplomats and Divine Victoria. Oh, just wait for this bit. Mother Giselle has some things to say. Eerie. It's all quiet and crap. Symbol of Orlais.
Inquisitor, it has been too long.
Like, I wasn't playing with my hand.
Have been kind to you.
How have you been, Mother Giselle?
I spent last summer in Inquisition de Lyon, distributing food sent from the Exalted Plains. The Dales are finally recovering.
Corypheus left a great deal of damage for us to repair. I appreciate your efforts.
And I yours, your worship. I should mention that your forces at Suladin Keep were of great help. Please give my compliments to Baron Deschedin. Divine Victoria asked me to greet you on her behalf. She is currently attending to the Ferelden ambassador's concerns.
How do you think Divine Victoria has done these last 2 years?
It is hardly for me to say, Inquisitor.
With respect, that's never stopped you before, Mother Giselle.
At Dorian.
Victoria has proven adept at winning allies with both her intelligence and her faith. It is a blessing in these trying times. We are lucky to have her.
You can probably just call her Leliana in private conversation.
You can, Inquisitor. I prefer to use her divine name. Our last divine once joked about why I insisted upon calling her Justinian. She called it my way of reassuring her that I had not completely forgotten who was in charge.
Go her. Okay, so I just gotta share my opinion real quick. Does anybody else really wish Mother Giselle was an option to become divine? I mean, personally, she would have been my first choice. I mean, she's supportive of mages, she helps them, she understands the Templars' place, she is respectful to elves and their history with the Temple of Mythalbit. Like, damn. And she's calm and shit, and she now has somewhat of a respect for Tevinter. Now, personally, I would love if she was an option, but I can understand why she isn't. But, I mean, people say the reason she wasn't was because she's just a mother rather than a cleric or someone of importance. And she wasn't, like, a big part of the Inquisition, so that's why non-clerics got chosen. But still, I mean, if you can pick Vivian to become divine, why not Mother Giselle? It makes way more sense to me. Anyways, let's continue on.
I'll speak to Divine Victoria.
I believe she would appreciate that, your worship. The divine sees the good that you can do and have done. Duke Cyril will wish to greet you on behalf of Orlais. I believe he is currently speaking with the Tevinter ambassador. Many of your friends have returned as well. I hope you have a chance to speak with them before the Exalted Council begins.
Who has returned for the Exalted Council?
Your dwarven friend, Master Tetras, for one. I understand he spent much of the last few years in Kirkwall. I believe Sir Blackwall has returned as well, although he now uses the name Tom Ranier. And of course, there is the Tevinter ambassador. Enjoy time with them while you can, your worship. I doubt you will have the chance once the Exalted Council is underway.
Give you one guess to guess who the Tevinter ambassador is.
The Imperium sent an ambassador.
Yes, your
One.
worship. Dorian Pavas has taken the chance to return from Tevinter. It will be good to see him
extreme
again.
glee.
I owe him my apology. I allowed my distrust of Tevinter to cloud my judgment. He took a great risk coming to help us, and deserved better treatment.
You're going to apologize to Dorian?
I have little patience for those who cannot admit they were wrong, Your Worship. Myself included. I will have to make my apologies somewhere public. He will want an audience for his reaction.
Can I please be there?
Thank you, Mother Giselle.
Your Worship, a final question, if I may. This
Oi.
exalted council. Ferelden would have the Inquisition disband. Olay sees its power as another feather in a chevalier's helmet.
Nice metaphor.
What do you wish to do with the Inquisition?
Now, if you talked to Giselle before, you would have heard her story about the First Inquisition and how when their job was done, the soldiers sheathed their swords and come home. You've had to have talked to her in order to unlock this dialogue option right here, and I'm going to choose that one. Regardless of what you say here, it will not actually affect how you choose to
You once told
conclude.
me about the First Inquisition that took place 800 years ago. You said that when their battle was over, that Inquisition soldiers sheathed their swords and went home. If our battle is truly over, perhaps it's time for us to do the same.
Thank you. Make a watch over you, Inquisitor. I will not keep you any longer.
Please don't. Want to go talk to my companions? Okay, let's get this shit on. By the way, if you're in a relationship with Cohen, talk to him before you talk to Cassandra. Now, I'm not going to tell you why, but you'll see shortly. By the way, there's a shit ton of loot around everywhere. Just wander around and you'll find it throughout the entire DLC and the Winter Palace. What is this? The Gardens, Courtyard, whatever you want to call it. Oh, and there is this secret quest. It is not marked even once you start it. There are 5 total Harlequins. Now you'll notice as you're walking around, sometimes you'll see this purple smoke randomly appear. This would be a Harlequin vanishing. So in order to catch a Harlequin, it's actually kind of difficult. You have to sneak up behind them, and then once you're close enough, you want to start on with a full-on sprint. Your Inquisitor will whistle, and then they'll surrender. Now this is actually really hard to do because when I say sneak up on them, you have to walk the slowest possible speed. And if you can walk up to them completely behind them, but they will still vanish if you're not fast enough. Now also walking around and talking to companions, you'll see the history and codex of over the past few years, as well as some more Hard and Hightown chapters. I'm probably going to start with talking to Josie over here since she's over here. By the way, if I remember correctly, you still can get injured here. So unlike Skyhold, if you're jumping off balconies and shit, you will still get hurt. Which really sucks, but yeah. Such as it goes. I want to make sure, yeah. Like I said, there's loot everywhere. Now these are just valuables and crap. The only use they have is to read some interesting crap and to sell them. Oh, by the way, if you guys have played the Mark of the Assassin DLC in Dragon Age 2 and you've gone to Chateau Haine, you'll recognize the name Duke Cyril as the son of the old Duke Gaspard or Gaston or some shit like that.
It's been quite a day so far, has it not?
No,
I've
this
been speaking
one's
with
pretty
representatives from
interesting. Just
Have they
waiting.
given you trouble?
Not at all. It is quite alarming. It means they are all saving themselves up for later. Would you walk with me? I should like to take some air before the Exalted Council becomes inescapable. The palace has been most accommodating. We are, after all, here at their insistence. But the ministers may... No. No more talk of the council. This meeting was to spend time with you in a more relaxed fashion.
Oh, Jesus.
Then why can I still see those wheels turning in your head?
Work
'Cause it's
carries
Josephine.
a certain momentum. The truth is, there is a small entertainment happening tonight, to which I may be able to find a pair of invitations.
You'd like me to go with you?
By the way,
Very much so.
that means she already
In all
got
the years you
them.
worked with Orlais, you had
It's
so
Josie,
little time
she
to
has
enjoy
the
its
plan.
culture.
I do wish you'd warned me the game would take more work after Halam Shiral.
It's strange. Those were somehow simpler times. With all that's been happening, I promised myself a single evening out. I'd very much like to go with a friend.
And what is this small entertainment?
Something to ease our minds. I would very much like to surprise you with the details.
Why not? Josephine, I put myself in your capable hands.
Splendid. I will arrange things at once.
She already arranged them. It's
The past years have
Josephine.
been so busy. We have earned at least a few moments of rest.
A few moments.
A calm night out sounds...
Calm.
Oh, bravo! Bravo!
Was the woman in gold playing a king? Who was the man in feathers?
Oh, it's all very simple. The first actor's mask is determined by... well, I will lend you the program guide. But tell me, did you enjoy the performance?
That was... one of the greatest things I've ever seen.
I really wish we could have seen it.
Truly.
It's to leave some mystery
That
behind
part
it.
with the glittery... and they actually set fire to... Yes, I truly enjoyed it.
Then I call tonight a great success. Oh, look! The encore signal!
Fucking Orlais. Jesus. Makes me want to see Tevinter's performances. Liliana in the past few years. Inquisitor, thank you so much for your kind inquiries. I am doing very well, although I have been quite busy. Selecting new staff for my apartments at the Grand Cathedral has taken me so much longer than expected, and if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to borrow Scout Harding for a few weeks to help me find more nugs. I cannot possibly hire anyone to a permanent position without first observing them in a room full of baby nugs, and all the litters I have on hand are nearly full grown. In any case, I shall see you soon at Halam Shiral. Until then, Liliana.
I do hope you recovered from your night at the opera. Any earringing should go away in a day or two.
You know, if opera was like Orlais, I wouldn't mind going.
It is good to see you. It is good to see you.
But basically, once you talk to him, that's all they say. Now, I will say, after the Exalted Council, you will get an opportunity eventually to talk to your companions again, and they will have more to say, as you'll see when we get there. Now I'm gonna keep wandering around and looting shit, because I'll make my way there. By the way, once you hit the Exalted Council, you can buy every possible crafting resource you could imagine. So, in order to craft, you don't have to have any supplies at all. And there's also a very powerful weapon you can only purchase in this DLC at one of the merchants, which I'll show you in a bit. Once I get there. Anyways. Now, the Harlequins like to spawn around the baths and over by Blackwall. I'll try and catch them all, but I'm not going to make it a main priority. Now, remember that door is barred, by the way. You'll see it later. Time to talk to Varric. You know what? Fuck it. Okay. This is quite interesting and hilarious.
To you again.
Sebastian.
Of course he did. Just put that one in the pile with letters from the Merchants Guild.
And the captain of the city guard had a very colorful message for me to deliver to you as well.
Aveline. Oh god, this is so hilarious. I can't wait.
Inquisitor, Andraste's ass, am I ever
Just
glad
wait
to
until you
see
see the gift he gave you.
And the Inquisitor comes to the rescue once again.
Is that what you call it?
This is Bran Caven. Until recently, he was the Viscount
Provisional Viscount.
God, this guy's a dick.
of Kirkwall.
And what are you doing now?
I have resumed my post as seneschal now that Master Tethras has been elected Viscount.
You're the Viscount of Kirkwall now.
Well, it seems the two of you have a great deal to discuss. Why don't I just leave you to it?
Thank God.
So, it turns out you fund enough
It's about to get
reconstruction
real
efforts in a
funny up in
city-state,
here
the
and
nobles give you
hilarious.
the worst job they can think of.
Does this mean I can't tempt you into coming back to Skyhold? Wicked Grace hasn't been the same since you left.
I'm probably going to be stuck in Kirkwall for the foreseeable future. There's a lot to do back home. They voted me in because I got the harbor and businesses up and running again. They want shit fixed, and I can do that. Anyway, I was hoping I'd catch you before the summit got underway. I got you a sort of present.
Here we go.
It's official recognition of your title and holdings in Kirkwall. Congratulations. You're a Comtesse now.
You can't actually do that without...
Too late. Already did it.
Me
You
too.
should stop by Hightown sometime to see your estate. It's pretty nice. For Kirkwall, anyway.
Proper disposition of empty estates is supposed to...
You were leaving us to talk, remember?
Ah, good job, Varric. The perfect Viscount.
What brought all this on? I'm pretty sure it's not Give Your Friends Lavish Titles Day.
Well, what kind of Viscount would I be if I didn't abuse my position to give shit to my friends? I've got traditions to uphold.
Me too.
Oh, that reminds me.
This best part.
It's the key to the city.
You can't give that away without approval from the council and a special ceremony.
It's just symbolic anyway.
Wait for it.
It controls one of the giant chain nets in the harbor.
Really? That is so much better than I thought.
This operates those giant chains. Can I try it?
I don't know how this council thing is going to end for the Inquisition. But whatever gets decided, you've got a place lined up in Kirkwall if you want it. Also, control of the harbor, I guess.
Me too.
Anyway, you should meet with the diplomats. We'll get in a game of Wicked Grace before I go back, though, right?
I wouldn't miss it.
Don't bet any public buildings this time.
Me too, Varric. Me too. See how sweet Varric is? I mean, he ensures your future. What a good friend.
I'll be here if you need me. I'll be here if you need me. I'll be here if you need me.
Alright, he doesn't say anything that, I guess. By the way, this is the speed you have to go when approaching Harlequin from behind. Alright, let's go talk to... By the way, you'll want these dog bones. You'll unlock a very, very special weapon. And by the way, you'll want to go back and forth and recheck those codexes later on as they will change. And there's a lot of new songs. Here's Blackwall.
Fashionably late. I thought you weren't gonna show.
I'm late, and you decide to make the Winter Palace rubble.
Hey, never liked it anyway. Too fancy. So tell me everything that happened while I was away.
Too damn much.
And Geralf strolls up, hands filled with ripe squashes, and says, "Sir, I must report that it was an utter boondoggle." Maybe you had to be there.
I'm not sure being there would have helped. And please, never do that voice again.
Anyway, it's nice to be back. Though I'm not sure what to think of this council. The Wardens will be missing me, but they aren't going to keep me away from a friend who might need my sword arm.
Miss.
If that's your sword arm, I think I'm better off without it.
Think you can do better?
Yep. This is the codex of Blackwall in the past few years.
Inquisitor? Inquisitor?
Alright, that's all he says. Blackwall in the last few years. An excerpt of a report bearing the seal of the Grey Wardens found among Inquisition files. Tom Rainier participated in Grand Tourney. Former captain over Legion Army, known for murder, treason. Also known for impersonating a Grey Warden. Warden Constable Blackwall Valshaven. Member of Inquisition, played role in the defeat of Corypheus. Status, recruited, joining, survived, assignment, free marches, the Mountains, reporting to Warden Strodenmeyer in ongoing investigation of Inmark Preston. And that was a Harlequin for you. Disappearing. Totally forgot that's one of the spawning spots. Ah, there. Now, I'll just show you all the shit you can buy real quick. I'm gonna browse through pretty quick, as there is a lot of shit. Already sold everything, as you guys can tell. Intense, Farandalis Vivitar. Defender Belt, Belt of Elements. Here, I'll put this on. Belt of Life, Amulet of the Warrior, Amulet of the Warrior. Same thing. Amulet of the Mage, Ring of Smashing, Ring of Slicing, Ring of Assault, the Technician's Renewal. Superb Crossbow Arms, Blank Runestone, Reverend Heart, Pure Spirit Essence, Pure Red Lyrium, Pure Lightning Essence, Pure Frost Essence, Pure Fire Essence, Pure Dragon. As you can see, you can literally purchase every single possible rune crafting agent. For this one here, you can buy the Clasping Maw. Now this is that unique greatsword that you can only get here. 344 damage per second, unique greatsword, item level 25. 304 AoE damage, plus 7 attack, plus 46 heal on kill, plus 7 sunder. On hit, chance to bind enemy with evil eye. Restriction, warrior only. Whatever made this weapon, its flesh appears to be alive. It could be an abomination's blood magic, a spirit twisted into physical form, or some other affront to the maker. It unleashes, I don't know what to call it, an energy that tangles foes together. The power thrills right up your arm. It casts it back into a cave I found it in if things weren't so useful. Final entry in an anonymous journal. I believe that's it for that one. Yep. Alright, now this is your herbs, I believe. Yeah, you can purchase every single herb, as you can see, and everything has an unlimited quantity. Over here is your hides and leathers. As you can see, you can purchase everything again in unlimited amounts, and even your rare shit like dragon skin. Over here, these are your cloths and shit. Yet again, you can purchase every single type of silk, cotton, whatever, at unlimited amounts. Here's your metals. You can purchase, again, every single type, no matter the rarity, except for Veil Stone. And you can talk to the merchant, though it doesn't do anything. She just awkwardly stares at you. Yeah, lovely top. Here's your crafting shit. As you can see, it has everything. Tin, craft armor, turn in research, craft armor, modify armor, weapons. Does it really give you 2 craft armors? No, never mind those craft weapons. I just read it as that. I'm gonna do that real quick. I went to the reason why my gold suddenly went from 288,000 to this is because I went to the Black Emporium and purchased every single thing in the entire Emporium they had for sale, so that's why it got so low. I mean, understandably. Alright, there's Cassandra. Like I said, you want to talk to her after Colin. There's Charter. Conduct becoming the Inquisition. To all members of the Inquisition, it has come to my intention that I must remind everyone of the type of behavior expected from us during the Exalted Council. It is natural to wish to hold our heads high, but remember that we are guests of the Imperial Court. It is upon us to behave with good grace, propriety, and restraint. If you are unsure of how to address someone of gentle birth, my lord or my lady will suffice. If you are fearful that you have overstepped an unknown protocol, speak with your commanders. If they are not available, seek me out. Over-imbibing is strongly discouraged at all times. If you are steered into an argument about the Inquisition's politics, politely excuse yourself as quickly as possible. Please do not engage in these debates. If all else fails, trust sense and common courtesy to guide your actions. Sincerely, Lady Montpellier. This one. Activity in the Winter Palace. Charter's notes are in an encryption she developed with Liliana over the last couple of years. CM's intentions seem sincere. Agent in place at party tonight where CM is attending. VP left notes at drop point, as promised. Servants in green livery seen leaving guest wing of palace at odd hours. Possible triest. Madame LV's second cousin is a bard in employment of Duke WM. Lord WG's plans to meet Lady GD tonight. Neither of their spouses know. Lord RW plans to meet Lady SR tonight. Their spouses do know. Lord RW's wife encouraged RW to step out with SR so she could have some peace and quiet to herself. Madame LV is Lady Vivian, by the way. You can change your wardrobe. You don't get any new shit, though. It's nice to get out of that ugly ass shit. I mean, you're in the Winter Palace, so you should be wearing formal wear, so I'm gonna wear some form. I'll go with the coastal. Iron Bull in the last few years. Thank you for sending the charges to assist in dealing with the demons attacking Montford. Their assistance was most appreciated and many lives were saved. The Iron Bull and his charges have prevented another civil war from sweeping across Orlais with their efforts in Perpendale. The Iron Bull in particular defeated the would-be usurper in combat. We must protest the actions of the Iron Bull's charges in South Reach. While the presence of demons and Templars corrupted by red lyrium is undisputed, the necessity of your dwarven miners collapsing the better part of a mountain on the enemy forces was hardly necessary. The Bull's charges were of great assistance in driving back the demons that attacked the shores of Lake Calenhad. The elf who calls herself Dalish was particularly helpful, and I look forward to her promised explanation of how Dalish archery techniques can create walls of ice or dispel magical barriers. Excerpts from letters of thanks regarding to the activities undertaken by Bull's charges over the past few years. You get your storage, of course. I already viewed that, what the hell? Okay. Dorian in the last few years. Inquisitor, it was good to hear from you, my friend. For months I've had only the high society of Maveris's fledgling Lucinaire party. Junior members of the Magisterium, so filled with fire and zeal and so wildly inept at politics, May keeps a bucket of ice water on hand in case one accidentally immolates himself. Lest I give you the wrong impression, we are making progress. But it will take a great deal of skill to help Lucerne alive through the usual schedule of Minratha's scheming long enough to become a real political faction. Unfortunately, they do have me. I'm sorry to hear that politics are plaguing you as well. Must be something going around, like a pestilence or an Orlesian fashion trend. Hopefully Josephine can diffuse the Ferelden outcry and persuade the Orlesians to stop circling. Sorry, you with a collared leash. You know she did always love a challenge. I'll find an excuse to make a trip south soon. We should really catch up in person, don't you agree? You can talk to Charter real quick.
Well met, your worship.
No, she doesn't have anything to say at this point. Already went. Oh shit, no I didn't. Not this building. Alright. Varric in the last few years. Inquisitor, greetings and salutations from beautiful Kirkwall. The sun is shining, the seabirds are screeching, and almost nothing in Hightown has fallen into a sinkhole and ended up in the sewers in over a month. The Red Lyrium cleanup in the gallows is going better than expected. Nobody misses having Meredith fused to the flagstones, eerily glaring at everyone. The city guard celebrated finally getting her out of there by holding a completely impromptu parade. Several Lowtown residents composed a song on the spot with lyrics to the effect of "Thank the Maker, the crazy cursed Templar is gone," which was remarkably catchy despite, or maybe because of, the fact that it was mostly just swearing in tune. Even with all the stellar progress, it looks like I'm stuck here. Channels in the harbor were completely changed by falling debris a few years back, which led to a lot of ships getting wrecked coming and going, which only made things worse. And then we had the rifts open and weird glowing fade rocks appearing out there. Incidentally, thanks for closing the rifts. Now the only hope for repairing the harbor is to send guys with pickaxes to clean up the rocks. Ever try to hire miners who are also divers, Inquisitor? There aren't many, and even fewer are happy mining glowing shit from the fade. This is going to take a lot of my coin to fix. Stop by the city sometime. We'll get in the game of Wicked Grace. Please, the Viscount shit is boring me to death. Ferric. Vivian in the last few years. Inquisitor, I fear I shall have no opportunity to meet with you prior to the Exalted Council at Hiram Shral. The college and fraternities of enchanters are holding yet another round of elections in a few months, and I must be present to organize everything, or the Inquiritans and the Luceranis will inevitably get drawn into the most passive-aggressive arguments over the number of ballet boxes in the arrangements of voting cards you can possibly imagine. On the last two occasions when I could not be spared from my duties at the Imperial Court, the isolationists sealed themselves inside the debating area with ice walls, in protest over some insult from a libertarian senior enchanter from Cumberland. I must of course convey the continuing approbation of the Orlesian Court, though I have no doubt dear Duke Cyril has already bored you to death with the Council of Heralds' compliments by now. Cordially, Vivian. Here's this one. Cullen in the last few years. Cullen, word is spread from Denerim about the summit the Inquisition will attend. The news is half rumors, but with the representatives they say are going, it's clearly serious, and the details are probably not something you can put in a letter. I will, however, look forward to more glowing descriptions about how much you love Orlesian parties. I'm sure you and Astral will find enough danger away from the summit. You always do. Is it worth warning either of you to be careful? Branson's here. His son insists I add "hello, Cole" to the letter. He also insists it be "hello" and not "hello." Your nephew is stubborn. How very familiar. Love, Mia. Now, Mia's Cullen's sister, by the way, in case you guys didn't know that or remember. Cassandra in the last few years. Inquisitor, I'm writing you from Hunterhorn Mountains, where I was successful in tracking down Seeker Emery. She was more shocked than most to hear of Lord Seeker Lucius' betrayal, as he was her mentor when she was just an initiate. But she is eager to help rebuild, and she has heard of a few other Seekers who might have been sent to Ravane. I still do not know how much of us yet remain, how many Lucius killed, but I know that we are recovering, and I know that this will be better this time. I confess, I look forward to returning to Orlais next month. Once I would have thought that impossible. Orlais was little more than a land of frustrating politics, exclusive ornamentation, and responsibilities I did not want. But now that I have friends waiting for me there, it is almost home. Cassandra. Time to go to... there's more shit in here. Lovely. Alright. Notes on Palace Guests. A collection of servants' notes on the guests attending the Winter Palace. Comtesse d'Avoir wants a stateroom set aside from 3 to 5 in the afternoon for her daughter's harp practice. Must have windows on one side and a balcony. If she proposes a recital, refer her to the Seneschal. Duke Pierpont wants to entertain Ferelden relatives. A barrel of whiskey and 3 wheels of cheese to be delivered to his quarters this evening. Van Lorton. His bed should be made up with linens, not silks. Cyril Lightstone. Complains an old wound in her left leg is making itself felt. Move her to the ground floor. Lady Galati, a duelist, has requested a sparring partner in a suitable practice ground. Lord Gildray. To be awoken at 8 by maids on even days, a page boy on odd days, don't ask. With a fresh pitcher of water and 12 sprigs of lavender on a peach-colored towel, don't ask. Carrying these items in silently without making eye contact with his lordship, place them on the divan, clap twice, then leave without a word. Do not ask. Well, sounds cheery and terrible. Now here's your upgrade potions, equip potions. Hard and High Town. I'm not going to read those. Those are kind of long. Yeah. I'll start over here real quick. I already went in there. Now, by the way, okay, there's this health potion up here on this rafter. You'll see in a minute. Now, that is actually really hard to get. You'll have to wait until later. In the Trespasser DLC, you'll be able to climb these and then you can jump down, though it's still extremely hard as you have to land on top of it and maneuver carefully enough to, you know, not fall off. It's hell, trust me. So yeah, just pretend it's not there and cry silently.
Of course.
Alright, now get ready for this shocking shit. The shit in the tavern is by far some of the most amusing. Now, as you walk around, there will be portraits and crap. You have the option to rotate, and they will give you perks and bonuses. So I recommend catching those whenever you find them. There's quite a bit, and they're all over. Anyways, the Iron Bull comment. Now, this obviously only happens if the Chargers are still alive. So this is pretty great.
Your Worship, I'm glad you're here. Listen, I need you to keep the Chief distracted while we sneak this dragon skull through the room behind him.
Wait, what?
It's for his birthday.
Do Canary even have birthdays?
Alright, here he comes. Just keep him talking. He loves talking.
Yeah, no shit. Now, this is the moment where you want to have all the extra dialogue unlocked from the war map. Otherwise, you will not be able to keep him stalled long enough to bring the dragon's head in without having every single one. Now, obviously, I'm going to go through every single one. I'm going to start with the boring ones, because they'll get all pissed off. It's funny.
Did you know that Ferelden has its own names for lords? The country is divided into 10 areas, governed by 10s. Inside those are cities and Arlings ruled by Arls, and then there's the Banorn. It's a large area of countryside ruled by multiple bands.
Good to know.
Now, by the way, if you choose to give up, you'll tell him what happened, though it's super depressing if you do.
It's fascinating to see the remnants of Syrian culture here. Most of it was deliberately erased during Orlesian unification under the reign of Mafrath's son, Isarath.
Uh-huh.
Taking a break. Oh, Rocky.
Do you think news of the Exalted Council could affect the lyrium shipments from Orzammar?
Maybe.
Me too, Rocky. Oops. Somebody was caught. By the way, this is your Inquisition Specialist skill comment here. So, like, your Tempest, Arcane Warrior, whatever the hell you are, you know, Necromancer. It's pretty fun. The comment is pretty freaking great if you're an Arcane Warrior, because he's like, so fucking badass if you charge and straight into battle with your weird glowy sword shit.
It's good to see that the Veil has largely healed, now that most of the major rifts are closed. You might think otherwise, but the Veil isn't technically a physical barrier. It's more like a magical vibration that repels the Fade.
Freaking Dalish and her magical bow. Okay, and by the way, if you're in a relationship with the Iron Bull, you have an extra dialogue option where you comment on some kinky sex toys you found in the Orlesian shop. So that's quite hilarious.
You know, Bull, you almost fight like a tempest. Do you ever want to just break a flask over yourself and kill things?
No. Well, no more than usual.
Me too.
Surprise! Happy birthday, Chief.
Oh, you guys. You got me.
Glares utterly.
Hey, boss.
I believe that's all he says.
Hey, boss.
Alright, now if you have the max approval for Sarah or her friendship, you also unlock a special option when talking to her, and it's really freaking great and awesome. The Gilded Horn drink menu, the Golden Nug, an effervescent white Sullivan wine with a dash of West Hill brandy and a splash of pomegranate juice, muddled with raspberries and a sprig of royal elf fruit. The Hissing Drake, a bold mix of cinnamon-infused whiskey, dark Lomarin rum, and Hiral's lava burst, not for the faint of stomach or heart. Benediction, Prophet's Laurel Gin served with a wedge of lime and a thimble of golden scythe. The Emerald Valley, made with a spirit distilled by Chantry sisters in Leeds from over 70 herbs and flowers, topped by egg white from foam dusted with nutmeg. Now, by the way, some of these you actually, if you didn't unlock the Emerald Graves, for example, or have the Golden Nug, those drink options will not appear on the menu. A Night of Shame, our sweetest Antivan port with a dash of chocolate bitters and a twist of orange, served in a flute of chilled Syrah glass. The Randy Dowager, rumored to have been concocted by the editor of Orlay's most scandalous periodical herself. A tall glass of abyssal peach liquor and fresh cream garnished with sugared rose petals and served on a silk handkerchief with a scandalous rhyming couplet inked on it by the bartender. Alright, now I'm going to start with reading Sarah's past and now things. Lost another book, stop leaving them places. Below are journal entries by Sarah, also several sketches of Skyhold with impeccable cross-hatchings. Moving again, less stuff, more things, people things. Too many vowels, some things. Name less, stupid Orlay. Last Jenny checked in, wasn't worried. A drawing of a gloved fist holding an odd symbol smashing against the face of a chevalier. The symbol is red and smells of strawberry. No news, Hope, Shade, and Rat found a trail. Hope is good. Traveling again, and again. Been here before, we're everywhere. Back to the Winter Palace, never good. Pack bees. Bet Varric we're in trouble. Scratched out. Varric won't take a sucker bet. In for 10 with Cohen. Everyone looks old and tired and fat. Find who shrunk my Skyhold clothes. Scratched out. Piss, aka Sir gained weight. Don't say the Inquisitor's hand looks bad. It looks very bad. Is Whittle even here? Why do I go where there's no Whittle? A drawing of Sarah and Dagna silhouetted by an explosion. Bees and exploding bees. Chargers in the palace, no one will be sleeping. Rainier hugs harder than Blackwall. Still beardy. Josie is best here. Cassandra needs to punch something or she'll explode. Everyone, they never call in everyone. Liliana knows something. Knew it. Inquisition is in trouble. She'll add more later, by the way. That's why you can read it again and again.
Here's you, and everyone. Glad to be back, all stuffed together. With the pressure full on. Again. Don't worry, Herald of Everywhere. I came prepared. I know what everyone needs.
Ah, this is hilarious.
Just like best times.
Now this is hilarious. It looks like snowballs to me. I don't know what it is, but it's hilarious. How scandalous the fact that the Inquisitor is doing this.
I expected a roof.
It's early. Anyway, that was a good run. It's all been a good run.
Now here's your special friendship with Sarah bit here. If you're not a friend with her,
right?
this isn't
We can say it won't,
available.
but knobs in places like this, all they do is end things. They'll try a leash, or worse. But maybe you aren't ready to quit just because some Lord Piddlebits is scared of us.
By the way, she will make you an offer, and regardless of what you choose to do at the end of the Inquisition, accepting or refusing will not affect it, except for, you know, allowing another thing at the end to happen.
Do I seem like I'm ready to retire?
I'm tired. I've never done anything for years. Point is, sooner, all this changes. And you've helped me understand. Too much. So it's my turn to help you. See, I have these friends, and all of them were the wrong sort of whatever. Their place changed, or it never was. So together, we made an us. Everyone needs an us. And when the world is done saying no and calls you the wrong sort of whatever, maybe we can be that us for you. What do you think, Inquisitor? Want to run some rooftops as a Jenny?
You want the Inquisitor? Don't I have a few more titles than your usual Jenny? No offense.
Some taken.
Words.
I love her.
Look,
She's
we
hilarious.
Don't want you. We want to be there for you. If you want to keep doing, it won't be nobles who help. It'll be friends.
Well, all I have to say is... call me Red Frigging Jenny.
God, that's
Way
so
too
sassy.
confusing. You'll get a city. One that rhymes with arse.
Oh! I should have said we needed a we instead of an us, because... Wait! Anus! So stupid.
God, her laugh.
To all my friends.
Always and ever, Inquisitor. Always and ever.
Unagreeable.
Creepy song is creepy.
She smashed her lute, by the way. Alright, I believe she adds something to her notes about that. I'm pretty sure. Drank too much. New Jenny always makes me drink too much. We'll be all the fun together, or apart. What city she picks. Aw, how sweet.
Go figure out what end this bunch want, and then we can get to fun with friends and friends. Go figure out...
Okay, she says the same thing. Now, this shit is a shocker. Now, this only happens if you make Cole more human. If you make him more of a spirit, he will set up your bard with another bard, Zither. If you play Dragon Age Inquisition multiplayer, Zither is one of the mage options.
Inquisitor, I see you have time for afternoon refreshments.
Did you know that a merchant in the courtyard is selling gemstones the same color as your eyes?
What an odd thing to say. I must see this for myself.
Freaking Orlesians.
You're useful to have around, Cole.
I still don't understand Orlesians and their masks, but it makes him happy. And I needed the table.
For breadcrumbs.
Birds like breadcrumbs.
Liliana's birds. Makes cute noises.
Oh,
This
Cole,
ship right
good day.
here, just
I didn't
wait
see you
for
there.
it.
But I saw you, as lovely as your songs.
He has a girlfriend, everyone! He didn't play with your mind. Who would say that?
I'm pleased for both of you.
The world has ample pain, Inquisitor. The kindness found in Cole is rare indeed.
Her songs bring happiness to those who hear, and I can make her happy in return.
Well then, carry on.
By the way, if Cole is more like a spirit, upon the completion of Inquisition, he returns to the Fate.
Hello.
By the way, Cole still says cryptic shit.
Hello.
He doesn't say it yet, though, I guess. Alright, time to go talk to Cullen. I'm gonna talk to him before Dorian, but this shit is a shocker. Just wait for it. You guys are gonna lose your shit. Alright, let's do it. It's hilarious and amazing. It's a Mabari!
You there! You're to dodge, not catch. If that ball were a fireball, you'd be dead.
It gets better and better.
You found a dog?
They don't breed Mabari in Olay. The merchant said he was abandoned. Perhaps his owner's tired of the novelty.
Tired of you? With that positive attitude and fetching ability?
He's not supposed to fetch it.
I don't think you understand how this works.
Another Ferelden trapped at the Winter Palace. I couldn't leave him to that fate. Besides, I think he likes me.
Oh, it's gonna get way better.
I never expected you to make friends at a political council. How times have changed.
All you Cullen
So
shippers,
they have.
here it is. The moment you've been waiting for.
The Inquisition will change after this. I'm not yet sure what
Ooh,
that will
building
mean.
up anticipation,
Still,
everyone.
I've found certainty in my life now. The Council won't change that.
At Trevelyan. Here we go. The big moment. Bum bum bum.
Marry me.
What?
I mean, will you... I had a plan, and there wasn't a dog, but you were... it doesn't matter.
Now,
I've
you
thought of
have
little
the
else.
option
I
to
don't need a
refuse.
plan. Only to know if you would.
See?
I would. Cullen, I will.
You will.
People will notice the Inquisitor marrying her commander in the middle of the Exalted Council.
It won't go over well.
If you're a
We know a
Dalish
few
elf, you
people
have
who
the
can keep
option
things
to have a
secret.
Dalish wedding, by the way. Where you recite Dalish vows. And you also require formal attire and an Elysian mask.
Just know, everything feels like it was worth fighting for.
It was.
This is the part where you make a promise.
Thank you, Mother
Oh,
Giselle.
I swear until the Maker and the Holy Andraste to love this woman the rest of my days.
Oh, so sweet. Plus a dog. It's kind of sad you can't invite your companions to watch. Now Sarah adds an entry in her journal, by the way. Now that's where you want to put your dog bones. Once you find all the bones and place them in there, you'll unlock a special weapon, and that's the only way to get it. Plus you get Constitution for every bone you place.
There you are. I just realized I'm greeting my wife. I rather like this. It's good to see you.
Now that's all he says after that. I'm gonna talk about that codex real quick. That's where we just married, by the way. Don't know how they cleared everyone out, but whatever. Now, by the way, this cutscene with Vivian that I'm doing next, the cutscene will play out the same way regardless of whether you're her friend or rival.
Darling, you made it. Excellent. I scheduled this appointment ages ago, and they do appreciate punctuality.
Wait until you see what happens in the
Appointment?
background. Or background, not bathround. It is a bath.
With the Imperial Garden Spa, of course. You work so hard, my dear. I wanted to treat you.
That sounds like a fantastic idea.
Of course it is, darling. That's the only kind I have.
Freaking cheese wheels. Oh my god.
What are the cheese wheels for?
It pains me that you even have to ask. You've clearly been living too long in barely civilized conditions.
Obviously.
Did you hear something?
Relax, darling. It's spa day. How have you been? It seems ages since we've spoken. How are things with our dear Commander Cullen?
Things are excellent. Thank you for asking.
I'm glad to hear it. You've done so much, darling. You deserve to be happy.
Ham!
Do you come to this spa very often?
As often as I can. Sadly, no more than twice a year at best. Duty first. Don't you feel better, my dear? This place really does work miracles.
What happened?
Darling, it's spa day. Don't fret. You'll undo all the good they've
By
done.
the way, even if you're a male,
along,
you'll still be
Inquisitor.
wearing
They
the
have
same
other
bathing
appointments,
suit
you know.
outfit. Even if you're a Kunari, it looks way funnier. Alright. Okay.
Darling, what can I do for you?
I believe that's all she says.
Darling, what can...
Now, let's go talk to Cassandra. This shit's hilarious, too. Now, I know this dialogue with Cassandra only happens if you're in a relationship, though it doesn't matter who you're in a relationship with. Except for the fact that if you're in a relationship with Cassandra, I'm pretty sure it doesn't play out the same way. For obvious reasons, you'll see pretty shortly.
Oh.
Is everything all right?
Yes. Well, I wanted to speak with you, and now you're here.
Now, this cutscene, I believe, only plays out like this if you are, if Cassandra's not divine.
Should I leave and come back later so you can try again?
Always with clever suggestions.
That's me.
Maybe you should sit.
I can stand.
Maybe I should sit.
Just wait for what's fretting her. It's hilarious.
Inquisitor, I want you to know that I am your friend.
By the way, this
I
is
will
why you want to
always
talk
be
to
your
Cohen
friend.
first.
Oh, well, that's...
So I hope to give you sound advice on this momentous day.
You'll see
Do
why
what
in a
is in your
second.
heart, my friend. No matter what anyone might tell you.
Maybe I should leave and come back. I think I missed the beginning.
I'm talking about marriage.
Marriage?
That's why you talk to
Cullen
Cohen
is not
first.
hard on the eyes, I'll give him that. But if you truly intend to... You're not proposing to anyone. I am going to kill Varric. Why do I believe everything he says? Why?
Now, see, this is where you can say you missed the wedding, or maybe I will get married. Ah, crap. I want to say that you can't say this if you inquire the question. I don't remember for sure, so I'm not going to risk it.
Cullen and I already eloped.
You did? Here in the palace? Oh, the garden would be perfect for a wedding. Being Inquisitor has brought you good things. Many good things. But only a few have been by your choice. Take what happiness you can from those and do not let them go. That is all I meant to say. Advice from a friend for the days to come.
I hate how thin and frail Cassandra looks. Like, she looks like super unhealthy, or is it just me?
How did Varric, of all people, become the Viscount of Kirkwall? A mystery for the ages. It is good to see you, my friend.
Now that's all she says after that. By the way, this doesn't show you anything special. You just get to view the landscape. Just reminds me of the Ocularum and finding shards. Jesus Christ, finding every single shard was hell. Alright. Yvette. Josie's little sister lost her book. By the way, the search option will come up for every single dog bone, so it's pretty easy to find. Now there's one of the loot options you can find. Now I want to say there's a Harlequin over here now. Nah, she's not here right now, but this is one of the main spawning points of Harlequins, along with in the corner of the bath, as well as on the upper rafters. Now an easy way to do it is if you go on the upper rafters there and jump down. It's easier to go after the Harlequin, though it requires a lot of skill and careful planning. Now I'll easily get all of the dog bones for you. Now just in case the Harlequin's in here, I'm gonna walk. Now you really do have to go this slow, as shitty as it is, and Harlequins are very noticeable with their jester outfit. Now they usually hide in the corner right there by that bush straight ahead. Shit, I didn't mean to do that. This one, I guess. Whichever one Vivian... Okay, she's not here. Of course. By the way, all of the, trash/treasures you pick up are pretty freaking hilarious. I'll deliver that when I go over again that way. Now, by the way, the Exalted Council won't begin immediately after you talk to the ambassadors. You will have to begin that manually, so if you missed any loot, it helps, or if you missed talking to any companions. So don't fret too much if you missed that. And here's another, look thing I'll just show you guys. Why not? Oh, Liliana's birds. Where's Colin? I once spotted a Harlequin doing this. Oh, by the way, there's also, the Harlequin likes to spawn on the rooftop of the tavern sometimes. So you can reach that by jumping off of the balcony. Just want to make sure I don't miss any loot. Alright, let us talk to the ambassadors. The Harlequin also spawns in the corner there too, by the way. Time to steal some Caprice. Oh, we're legions. I just read that. Alright, yeah. There's Dorian!
Thank you.
Scandalous gossip. The inside note is creased as if it has been secreted away in someone's pocket. Dearest Jay, I agree it is surprising that the Feraldans come as equals, but the Exalted Council is the heart of Southern Olay. That cannot be lost to our neighbors. Here we go.
Olay is on your side, Lord Parvis. The Inquisition's support is not a thing to lose lightly.
Which is why the Orlesian court is circling it with a net and collar? But you'll have to excuse me. I see an old friend I must greet.
Yeah, screw politics. I'm an ambassador, but...
Inquisitor, how long has it been? Don't actually tell me. I despise feeling old.
Me too.
It's good to see you, my friend.
thrilled to be at the Exalted Council, Lord Parvis.
Oh, riveted.
Me too.
Orlais wants the Inquisition tamed, Ferelden wants it gone, the Chantry meddles, and Tevinter sends but one ambassador. That's me, by the way. A reward for my interest in the South. Thankfully, Ambassador Parvis is a token appointment. Call on me as you like.
Inquisitor, Duke Cyril Montfort, member of the Council of Heralds and Lord of Chateau Haine.
Yep.
I have long followed your work. It is extraordinary.
Is that sentiment shared by the rest of the court?
Of course. Orlais wishes only to offer respectful guidance to the Inquisition.
Does your grace feel the Inquisition should continue to rule itself?
I would rather see the Inquisition join us freely than be carved into pieces for the chessboard. I have not forgotten Justinia's death. I had friends who perished at the Temple of Sacred Ashes. More than the good you have done, it is the good we may do together I don't wish to lose.
I still remember
Whatever
Hawk
happens,
flirting up
Inquisitor,
with him.
I wish you well.
Seduction in order to get a key to Chateau Haine looted off of him. Me too. Now Dorian goes down there, by the way. While I'm up here, I am probably going to talk to them. Dispatch from the Crown of Ferelden. Honored Arl Tegan, let anyone who read this letter know you speak for the Kingdom of Ferelden. Your words stand as my own, and your decisions are made with the support of myself and those pledged to the Crown. You have been a loyal friend, and we invest in you our trust and goodwill. May her be with you, Queen Honora Ferelden. God, it annoys me how that's still going. Alright. Alright, now this is so interesting. I really wish you could read it. I mean, I kind of want to read it. Andicther Hafler, a diverse catalog of treasures, billing itself as the most distinguished retailer of fine goods and novelties to the rich since 786 Storm. This book is filled with woodcuts and strange trinkets, the world's best articulated Everite backscratcher, complicated-looking devices, the only triple-decker carriage with Orzammar-designed wheel locks for smoother braking, and specifically items, be the first to enjoy the amazing cooling properties of drakeskin lining in one's evening mask. I seriously wish I could read that. This shit sounds interesting.
Divine Victoria, am I interrupting?
Of course not, Inquisitor. I was catching up with Redcliffe's Arl. He's here to represent Ferelden at the summit.
Inquisitor, good to meet you.
How are things in Redcliffe, my lord?
We still come across scars left by the Venatori, but the land continues to mend.
I had hoped to steal a moment of the Divine's time.
Very well. We'll continue this later, your perfection.
Your perfection.
Many are frightened of the Inquisition's power, but I will do all I can to allay their fears.
When world powers want to discuss plans for the future, I get nervous.
For obvious
Good.
reasons.
Someone should keep you on your toes. We don't want you to get bored, Inquisitor. I have much to do, but let me say this. I may no longer be your spy master, but I am always here if you require.
Now, you talk to her again, by the way, and you have to speak to the
glad you
Ferelden
finally
ambassador
arrived,
again.
Inquisitor. The Crown's anxious for news.
And your thoughts on Ferelden's position?
Ferelden
The
and their
breach is long
bluntness.
gone, yet Skyhold's army remains. Ferelden can't continue to ignore soldiers on its borders.
I appreciate knowing where Ferelden stands.
You are owed that, Inquisitor, especially here. These Orlesians will talk circles around you before you get a simple greeting out.
True
I
that.
won't keep you longer.
The game.
We'll have words enough when the Exalted Council begins.
Which is not good that they're keeping you waiting. Now, by the way, it'll still say optional, catch up with old friends, even after you catch up with everyone, so it's kind of annoying, but deal with it. Now, a good way to catch the Harlequin that's on the balcony over there is to jump off. I doubt she's there because, yeah, my luck. God, I was expecting son of a bitch. Wish I could find them, but no. Okay. I'll find her eventually. Them. There's 5 total. I think that's one. Yeah, see? Your Inquisitor will say, damn it, she saw me. But your Inquisitor will say, might be something here. I'll take a closer look when you find a Harlequin. Now you get golden shit from finding them, by the way. So it's not completely pointless. Plus it's a kind of funny cutscene where you call them out. I believe I've gotten all the dog bones. Don't quote me on that. Now here's Dorian. Now this part's like super depressing.
As the most eloquent
Iron pulls
dwarf
passed
know,
out.
Sparkles.
Speech! Speech! Way too much speech.
Same, Sarah.
Varric, there's really no need.
What's going on?
Inquisitor, you're just in time. Sparkles, the Imperium doesn't deserve you, or want you. It may even kill you, but we'll miss you, if it counts. And you didn't know. Okay, folks, time to take the party elsewhere.
Toma never wanted any. I swear.
Leave him.
By the way, if Dorian and Bull entered a romance, you can comment on it. If you don't have them in a party together, they do not enter a romance. And obviously they don't if you're romancing either one.
True.
Duh.
When the Exalted Council has ended, I'm going back to Tevinter. For good, this time.
You know I'll miss you.
Naturally. My father is dead. Assassinated, I believe. I received notice this morning. A perversely cheerful letter congratulating me on assuming his seat in the Magisterium. We only met a few times while I was home. He didn't say anything about keeping me as his heir. This ambassadorship, his doing, I'm told. He must have wanted me away when the trouble began. I have to go back.
Even if his father didn't give him an ambassadorship, we both know Dorian would have came.
So you'll truly be a Magister?
Oh, yes. I can't wait to degrade the Magisterium with my presence. A new outfit is required.
There's the sassiness we love.
I find my father's killers and kill them back. Then I find those giving Tevinter a bad name and kill them.
That'll be easy.
They're most likely the same people, so that should make the job easier.
Exactly.
You'll need help. I could go with you.
I wish.
Not this time, my friend. I won't be entirely without support. Maeveris has gathered other Magisters who feel as we do. We'll be an actual faction in the Magisterium. I'll teach them manners, take them shopping. It'll be fun.
By the way, Maeveris is Dorian's political ally, and in case you guys didn't know, which isn't common knowledge, Maeveris is a transgender male to female, so that's pretty cool. Dragon Age is pretty good with about dealing with sexuality and gender in multiple ways, so there's that for you.
I know it was complicated, but I'm sorry about your father.
Thank you. It still doesn't feel real.
I wish you safe travels, and the best of luck.
God, this is so
depressing.
depressing.
I'll need it, thank you. Magisters are tricksy bastards.
No kidding.
A present. A going-away present. It's a sending crystal. Amazing what friendship with the Inquisition gives you access to. If I get in over my head, or you're overwhelmed with sorrow for lack of my velvety voice... Magic. What? You didn't think I would just leave and you'd never hear from me again, did you? You are my dearest friend. Perhaps my only friend. That will never change, no matter where we are. Now let's finish the good wine before the others get back.
Me too. There you go, Dragon Age's version of a cell phone. He only says one thing, I'm pretty sure, which is good to see you, my friend.
Quite the party, wasn't it? I hear it left the Orlesians and Fereldans completely aghast. Andraste's herald, the Inquisitor, toasting a Tevinter Magister. Not a bad scandal to leave on.
No kidding. Yeah, this is all he says afterwards.
I can't believe it's been so
Oh wait,
long.
maybe more?
Around 2 years.
That's it? 2 years? Sweet merciful maker, it felt like 10.
Here,
That could
here.
have been all the wine. Only thing back home I really missed. Good to see you, my friend.
Yeah, that's all he says afterwards. It's a really weird voice. I don't like it. Ooh, getting all frisky in public. I like how it looks like Arl Tegan. Or Ban Tegan. No, it's Arl now. Son of a tip. Where'd Cullen go? I have to go talk to Divine Victoria too. I believe I have all the bones now. Here we go. Cutscene to the infamous weapon. Just wait for it. It's pretty hilarious. Sarah's happy. Bees! Cudgel of the Golden Ebon Queen. 222 damage points per second. Unique mace. Item level 23. 152 base damage, plus 14% attack, plus 9 constitution, plus 7% critical damage, plus 12% critical damage bonus on hit. Chance to inflict bees on target. Firm dwarven one-handed half for the half, and empty rune. Obviously restricted warrior only. Okay, Liliana's over here. Might want to go this way first. That and there's also some codex and crap over here. Well, somewhere. I'll find it eventually.
Will you walk with me?
Yep, sure, why not? Not like I have a choice.
The first time I came to the Winter Palace, I was only 18. I was dazzled. Such rich hangings, splendid marble columns, more golden lions than I could count. It's all still here, still bright, but I no longer see that same palace.
Everything changes. People, most of all.
Yes. Now all I see are hands rubbed raw to make gold gleam, tears shed in the night over silk embroidery. Others overlook them and forget their pain, but I am divine and I cannot be blind.
Liliana's so good at being divine. She cares so much about everything, sees everything, hears everything. The
They
intellect,
seek to tear the Inquisition
intelligence,
down.
and wit
You feel
of
it,
a
no?
spy master.
Fear.
I'd fear anyone with our vault of secrets, wouldn't you?
It is not our secrets, nor our soldiers. There have always been spy masters and private armies. They are afraid of nothing so much as the hand that directs it all.
Me.
Mine.
My glowing
Already
hand.
your actions have begun to reshape Thedas. Your influence is felt everywhere. It was only a matter of time before they moved. I'm surprised it took this long. The Inquisition's time is coming to an end.
The Inquisition has done enough, more than
I
enough.
meant to say, is that
Maybe
a
it's
divine
time for
order,
us to
but I
lay down our
twitched.
swords and go home.
We set out to restore peace, and now peace is upon us. You and I have come so far through the darkness together. It is time for us both to live in the light. But whatever you decide, I will be honored to stand beside you.
Which means whether you decide to disband or stay, she's okay with it.
I'll be right here if you need anything. I'll be right here if you...
And by the way, like I said, when you come back later, you can talk to all your companions again and hear more. Anyways, at this point in time, now that I have talked to all of my possible companions and looted the vast majority of shit I can find, except I know there's shit over here I didn't grab yet. I'll read the hilarious and cute little things on the shit later. Huh, I guess the betting slip isn't over here yet. I'm also gonna go read Sarah's new journal entries over colon and you eloping real quick. And later I'll just sit idly and show you all the Bard's new songs. They're pretty great and fabulous. Totally went the wrong way there. Son of a shit. Keep going the wrong way. Okay, here we go. Tavern time. Alright, here it is. Cully and Estrali tied it. Desks watch out. Dorian leaving again. Didn't cry. That's what he wants. Desks watch out. Now that's a joke reference to the first time you and Cohen made the woohoo on his desk. Also, there's this extra romance if you're in a romance, or extra dialogue option if you're in a romance with Cullen when you pull your pranks with Sarah, if you advance the romance to that stage at that point, where she asks if the desk is sturdy enough to alter it, and you can say, oh, trust me, the desk is sturdy. So I'm gonna end this for now, as I want the Exalted Council to be a separate thing, as it has a lot of extra shit that goes on with it. So I'm going to make a save here, and I shall see you guys. I don't trust autosaves. It's a good idea not to. They don't always work. Nothing sucks more than a malfunction. Anyways, I shall see you guys later. It is time for the mighty Dragon Age babe to quench the flame, extinguish the fires of the mighty beast, and say goodbye. Watcha! Until next time, everyone. Goodbye.